Data analysis using SPSS. Sometimes, after defining variables and after entering the data set may not be ready for analysis because we need to that raw data set may not be good enough for analysis, because that sort of data may give some incorrect values on analysis. So in some cases we need to change the format of data from one format to another for yielding a better result in data analysis. So that process of converting data from one format or characteristic into another format or characteristic depending upon the requirement is known as data transformation. There are a lot of data transformation methods already defined. They are computing new variables, recoding variables, then automatic record, and visual binning. In this video, we are going to cover computing new variables and recording variables data transformation. So, computing new variables. So, let us consider data sheet of marks. Okay, so let a data sheet may contain a list of students' marks scored in different subjects. So that is the data. So but we need the result. Okay, so we need to calculate the result. For that, mainly we use the command which is used most commonly is compute command. Okay, so compute command means it can combine the score of variables, or it gives a composite score of variables. Okay, so SPSS has around 70 plus built-in functions to compute new variables. Okay, so computing new variables, that means we may be having a data set and we need to find out some result. For example, mark sheets of a number of students, and we need to find their total mark percentage, etc. That is what we are going to compute. For doing that computation, there is a compute command, a built-in command provided by SPSS. Similarly, there are 70 plus built-in functions for computing new variables. So, as I told you that there are so many, or 70 plus built-in functions are there. So, some of them are arithmetic functions, statistical functions, distribution functions, logical functions, date and time functions, missing value functions, cross case functions, and string functions. So let us go for an example. Okay, so we are going to find the total marks of some students of a class. Our dataset student.sav contains their name and marks in various subjects. Okay, so these are the steps, and for data transformation we need to depend upon the transform menu, and from that, here we are in this example we are going to compute the total marks. So we are going to click on compute, and then we'll get a dialog box, and in the target variable box type the variable name that we are going to find out. Okay, here we are going to find out the total marks, so obviously the name of that particular field is total marks, and then change the type and label. Type is obviously total marks normal, numeric, then label. This field represents total marks. Okay, and then select each subject, so whose total we need to find. There may be accounting, income tax, like that. So add each subjects to the numeric expression and put plus sign in between entering the subjects, and then finally click OK. We'll see the result. So let's go for that. There is another variation. Here we found out in the previous example, we found the total marks of every student. But it is also possible to find out the total marks of some students based on some criteria. For example, we can say that you find out the total marks of those students whose hours of working is greater than 10. So those who studied 10 hours and more, okay, you can find out the total marks. So that is finding out the total marks using some if condition. Okay, so that is the next example. Okay. Next one is recording variables. Recoding means it's a method by which data of an already existing variable is recorded or modified so that it can be used for analysis. There are actually two methods for recoding variables. One is recode into same variables. Second one, recode into different variables. Record into same variables. Here, recording is made to the original variable itself. No new variable will be created. So this recording is done for the existing variables. For example, gender field. Earlier, we give value for male as 1 and female as 2. Now I just want to change it. Okay, so now I'm going to give male 2 and a female 1. So how can I change it? How can I record it? Okay, so here is an example. Again, we are depending upon the same dataset student. Then here we are performing the transformation. So we are going to click on transform menu and then click on record into same variable and then select the appropriate variable. Here we are discussing about the gender and then click that old and new values. Then enter the old values already given and the new values which you are going to change. Okay, and then click continue and okay. So let's see this example. Next one is a record into different variables. So this is used to convert data which is continuous into some discrete or categorical value. That means, for example, age. So we have given age 18, 19, 20, 25, even 94 we had given. Okay, so what we are going to do is that we are going to simplify it. Okay, we are going to record it into a different variable. So what I am going to do is just up to 18 it is represented by 1. Between 18 and 20 I can represent it as 2, and then 20 to 22 3, 22 to 24 then 4, and greater than 24 it is 5. Like that I can create a new categorical variable. Okay, so for that we again depend upon the student data file. Here also we are doing the transformation. So transform menu is clicked, and then select record into different variables. Okay, so then select the variable upon which we are going to record. So here it is age, and you can give a name to the newly formed variable. So it can be age recorded, and then click change, and then you give the old value already submitted and new values, and then you make necessary changes and all, categorize it yourself, and then click continue and OK. So let us see this example.